Hello and welcome everybody to the second edition of Benivo Bites, a new technology series brought to you by Benivo. Last week we talked about how to create an Amazon-style experience for the global mobility profession. This week we're going to talk about partner platforms. And next week, we're every other week, so 2 weeks' time, we're going to be talking about how you can best use fintech in mobility. So as you see, these are lots of really exciting ideas that we think we're putting together for the industry. What I always like with these shows, a bit like with The View from the Top and with Benivo Bites, is to have as much audience engagement as possible. So please, if you're out there, can you let us know? Just give us your name, say where you're from, the company you're from. Just say hi. That way, not only do we know who's there, but you know who else is on this call, and we get a lot of really great interaction and feedback going up. So if you're out there, do let us know. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. What we're talking about today is something really, really exciting. What we're going to talk about is the world's first free platform, not just for assignees, but for the partners of assignees. This is something that we think is a really huge idea and which is really needed in the industry. And what I would say, I know there'll be a number of people on the call who are service providers, who work in this industry. This is our aim, is to expand the market and to actually create something that democratizes the market, digitizes the market, and where we can work with all of you who have got services that you offer and work with you. So we're expanding the market together. But before I get into that, what I do want to do is to bring on board Nitsan Udan. Nitsan's the CEO and indeed the brains behind Benivo, and he's the one who's going to be talking through the demo. Before we get into the demo, we're going to be talking a little bit about the background to all this. So let me just bring Nitsan on board. So Nitsan, welcome to the second edition of Benivo Bites. It's great to have you here again. It's a subject I think that's you're very passionate about, isn't it?
Yes. So hi everyone, and good to be here. And yeah, a subject that I'm especially proud of to be launching today. Looking forward for this session.
Okay, and it's great. And we've got lots of people coming in. I can see we've got Tracy's coming from France. We've got Barbara from Houston. We've got people from Dwellworks in Canada, from King & Mary in Germany, from Living Abroad. Hi, Michael. Vivek from New Delhi, from Bangalore, from Silicon Valley, from REA, from London. So we've got people from all over. And again, everybody do come in and tell us who's there. We really want to sort of meet with all of you. But as I said, what we're aiming to do is to create the world's first partner platform. And I mean, Nitsan, you've been a expat kid yourself, is that right?
Yeah. So actually, when I was a bit older than 1 year old, my family relocated for a few years on an assignment to Amsterdam. So I always have a personal touch for that, and that's why we would also demo today. We will use Amsterdam for that. But actually, my experience with the partner platform, with the concept of the partner, came from a different angle completely. It came from two ways. Like all the good ideas in Benivo, they come from our clients. They come from the employees who are using the Benivo platform. They come from the HR and global mobility team who give us their feedback. And in this case, it's quite an interesting story. We like to call it that we had the Netflix problem. And for those who are not familiar, the Netflix problem is when people are sharing passwords to the same account in order to watch Netflix without paying. What we've noticed is that we had the partner of a lot of the employees are on the platform chatting with our team and using it under the user account of the employee. Now, unlike Netflix, we did not look at that as something where we actually lose money on, because we would not charge them more, but we thought it's a missed opportunity. We thought that these employees and their partners needs to be in the center. And for a company, as an employer, it's such a great opportunity to pass that feeling of welcome also to the partner and create a platform that is dedicated to them. And in building that, it's actually reminded me of my personal relocation to London about 11 years ago with my wife to join London Business School. And that was not on an expert package. That was definitely on a budget. So again, we look at this for different. I never got an expert package except for being 1 year old. And what was interesting there about what the business school created is there are different clubs for finance and entrepreneurship and etc. But the club that is by far the most successful is called the Partners Club. And that's where the partners of the students are creating a community for them to help them feel welcome, to help them settle in, to find out resources of others who have done it before. And taking that concept and bringing it into the mobility world is something that we found at Benivo very, very exciting.
And it's something that I know, from the mobility world's point of view, everyone talks about partner support. We actually did a very informal LinkedIn poll on this the other day, and this is not a scientific poll in any sense. It's just people from LinkedIn answering. I suspect many people on the call today, and I see there's I think we've got nearly 100 people here, which is fabulous on the call. Is how important is partner support to assignment success? And certainly everything that I've ever seen has suggested that probably the most single greatest reason for assignment failure is a problem with the partner or the family. Maybe a problem settling in, maybe a problem inability to work, but it's been somewhere. It's been something in the personal life of the assignee who's often been a real barrier to assignment success. So we asked that question again. It'll be interesting to see what the audience says about that. I mean, how important is it? In the poll, we gave people 3 options. We said it's absolutely critical to assignment success. Partner support is a nice add-on, but it's not essential. And the third one was it's not important. And the response that we got from the poll was this. 84% said that it was absolutely critical. And a further 15% said it was a nice add-on, but not essential. In other words, only 1% said partner support was not important. And by far the vast, vast majority, as I said, 84%, that's staggering, says that partner support is critical to assignment success. But that then leads on to the second question. If that's right, if 84% of people think, and that's the vast majority, that partner support is critical to assignment success, the obvious question is, why don't more companies offer it? I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? If something is so critical, why don't more companies offer partner support? And I think one of the issues out there is a lot of, probably the more far-sighted, foresighted companies do, but sometimes it's difficult to offer to everybody. I mean, there's clearly an expense to offer a detailed partner support package to everybody. So what we were trying to do is, we called it a time for change. We're trying to, if you like, democratize it so that a level, and we accept it's a base level, a digital level, can be offered to everybody so that everybody can get some partner support. And then higher levels, if you like, the more white glove level that's out there at the moment can still be offered to the people who would be offered to. And maybe this way we'll also expand the market for everybody. So I mean, our motto as a company is we make every employee welcome, making every employee welcome. And as we've been talking about it, we've actually been thinking about maybe it's not just a question of making every employee welcome, it's making every employee and indeed every every partner welcome too. And certainly, just looking at the comments coming through, I'm seeing that. I mean, Tracy Kautzman has said, talking about partner support being critical. She said, so why don't more companies add this into their policy? Great comment, Tracy. I suspect Costa's got into there somewhere. Jacqueline Van Haften has responded, because they don't know how. Again, fabulous comment, and people I can see agreeing with you. They don't know how to add it in, and maybe that's something collectively we can do. And Michael Cadden from New York has said, this has been the #1 issue for the last 25 years. So, I think there is something there is something here to talk about. So we're going to show you the platform in a moment. I know that's what everybody here, you want to see the platform. One question I would say is that this is our first draft of the platform. Not draft, it's live, it's real, but we know it's going to change and improve over time. And we'd like to work with you, as I said, especially those people who are really much more integrated into partner support than we are. At the end of the day, we are a digital company, and you guys, many of you are very much more in the real world in terms of the services you offer. So the question I would throw out here as we go through is, what else would you like to see in the partner platform? As that question goes through. Anyway, Nitz, and maybe you want to sort of go in and start telling people a little bit about the platform. Should we do that? Should I share your screen, or should we
yeah, in a second we'll do that. I think just to clarify here is what we are introducing today is coming under the umbrella of, in Benivo, we call it free add-ons. These are add-ons that are available to corporates who buy the standard Benivo license, but they don't require another investment, so they don't need to be paid. And that's why we are very, very excited about with regards to the partner platform, because we've seen the trade-off. There is this unbelievable gap between how important it is to how little actually the percentage of employees who benefit that. And it would be good to see if anyone on the comments can guess what is the actual number. I didn't see if you display that, but what is the actual number of employees that are being supported? But just to talk about,
let me come on that. We did actually do another poll on that, and maybe whilst we're just chatting, I'll release the answers that we found. But the question that I'd just like to ask people out there in LinkedIn land is, what percentage of relocating employees do you think currently receive partner support? And by partner support, for the avoidance of doubt, I don't just mean home search or something, which is there because they're moving home. I'm talking about proper partner support, so maybe help with how the partner finds work, how the partner can start a business, how the partner can take part in education, how they can nurture the family, etc., etc. Full scale. I think we all know what partner support is in the industry. But what percentage of relocating employees currently actually do offer that out? I'll show you the answers in a moment, but it'd be interesting to see what people say. And Nitsan, sorry, I interrupted as you were going through.
Yeah, perfect. It was a perfect cue. So I think what we all know, and I'm looking forward to see what are the answers here for people who know this space for, as we've seen, 25, 35 years. And what we want to change is to make that part of the standard. We want to provide that support to anyone, regardless of their seniority, regardless of their financial background, especially on these times with diversity and inclusion finally taking the place where they should. That's another opportunity to employers to offer equal opportunity to talent based on talent only and not on anything else, and give them the support that they actually need. And in a way, I know that there are a few a few other players in the space who've done different things. Most of them are on a one-to-one delivery. I want to make it, and I know it's recorded and it's a public statement. This is not what we are going to do. We are not looking to introduce here coaching, one-to-one sessions or group sessions that are currently offered by the players in the industry. What we are providing is a digital product with a content experience to achieve three things. Help the partners settle in and manage the relocation, and I'll show plenty of examples on the demo. The second is achieve their life goals, so products that help them digitally decide what they want to achieve and how to achieve that. And third one is to connect to others, how to connect to other partners, create that feeling of a community. And all those three areas are powered by what we call social insights. In social insights in Benivo is the ability to learn from your colleagues, from people like you. So we can see, just like we've seen 2 weeks ago, the star ratings, the reviews, the tips that other partners are sharing. Because that big challenge of anyone who is relocating is to find the answer to the question, how did someone else solve that before me?
Okay, and in terms of the answers coming in, just to let you know to the question, and I know out there in LinkedIn you can see them too, but I mean, Naga says less than 5%, Sylvia says 15%, Sarah 5%, Sandra maybe 25%, Michael Cadden 10%, Neil Johnson under 10%, Richard Thurston less than 5%. I mean, in terms of what our poll showed, and again, it's not scientific, 42% of respondents said under 10%, and a further 33% said 10 to 25%. So in other words, if you add those two together, 75% of people who responded think that under 25% of the population get partner level support. And in fact, the biggest number, the biggest group thinks it's under 10%. So I mean, whichever way you look at it, I think we all know as professionals in this industry is that probably the vast majority of partners do not get any form of partner support. So I think there is a massive opportunity for all of us to offer something new to the industry, and hopefully, as we've said, to expand this market for everybody. Anyway, I think time is moving on. I think, Nitzan, we should move into the platform if we may.
All right, so time to look at technology. And the Benivo platform is always branded. It's a branded experience for the employer. Here we are looking at Stark Industries as the demo platform, but that will change based on the name of the corporate. It's all about the corporate branding and a solution delivered by the corporate. In reality, the employees and their partners, they don't really care who is Benivo or elsewhere. They care about their experience and their relationship with their employer, and that's what we are showing here. Now, just to touch on those numbers that you've mentioned, these numbers are, I think, are also higher because they are looking at the populations that we call as people on assignment. While in reality, in an organization, we see 5 to 7 times more people relocating who are not on a program. And what I'm excited about is now all of them will benefit from a free support. So everyone will get that baseline level of a digital platform. So as I mentioned, on the platform, there are 3 areas that I'm going to look at and I'm going to cover. I'm going to start with the one that is about what we call life goals. Life goals is basically helping the partner decide what they want to do and how they want to explore the location and this new change and this new excitement that has come to them. And everything here is personalized. So I've already skipped that process, but as the employee, as the way it starts is that the employee gets invited by the employer to the platform, and then the employee can invite their partner. And when the partner registers, the platform goes through a process of onboarding in order to personalize their experience. We ask them, do you want to learn about working? Do you want to learn about study, about raising children? And based on that, they make a decision of what's going to be the content on their platform. All right, so let's have a look at some of these life goals. The first one we're going to jump into is work. And I'm going to open that, and all the content on Benivo is always bite-sized content, available from any device, mobile-first design, with the ability to swipe right and left to experience that. And with regards to the work, we help the employees find out first if they can work in that country, what could be some of the restrictions, and then they can go into how to find a job in the Netherlands. So if I go example, I'm going to go into this module. I can see that the platform is going to cover 3 areas: some information about salaries, job sites that are popular in the Netherlands, and top tips for finding a job in Amsterdam. As I said, we chose Amsterdam today for the demo. And I can see here immediately the salaries on different type of jobs. I can get access to another websites, external places where I can find more information about that. I can look which job sites are popular and what did people find about. Is it important to speak the local language, in this case Dutch, in order to find a job in Amsterdam? And I can see that what percentage is important, which is essential, etc. And this is all information coming from my colleagues, in this case other partners. I can see which websites are popular, LinkedIn Jobs and Indeed, and what are the tips and tricks in each of these, and then continue here and explore the top tips for finding a job. And let's say I had enough, I can go back and I can see how much I completed, and I can click here and continue. 2 minutes are left in this course, and I can go on and continue whenever I want, from any device. Now, under the work, there are a number of more areas we cover. So how to prepare for a job interview, how to make a career change, right? So there are normally 3 types of changes that someone can make when they do a career change. There are geographic change, there are industry change, and there is kind of level, a promotion change. And we cover here what are the tips and ideas, how to make the decision. Obviously, the geographic decision have already been made because there is a relocation, but how do you actually make sure that you are successful for in these areas? Other areas that we cover is how to write a standout CV, how to or resume, how to make sure it's relevant for the Dutch market, and this solution is going to be available global anywhere in the world. So wherever employees are relocating, they're going to get that advice. Some about easing the worries about working while relocating. And finally, for those who will choose remote working, how to explore that opportunity, and how would you go into looking at that. So that's under how can you optimize that. So that's a little bit under the area of work, and the same concept goes into the 5 other life goals that the employee can explore. So it's work, it's study, it's starting a business, it's raising the family, and it's obviously nurturing yourself. But we're not saying it's either or, right? The partner, I'm still on the default of talking on the employee. The partner can decide which one they want to engage with and where they want to engage with.
Can I ask you a question, Nitsan? A couple of questions. One from Naga. Is this platform available in multiple languages?
That's a fantastic question. So the platform is available in 103 languages, supported through machine translation. So we see the English version. I'm not going to switch now, but it's possible to switch here to any of the 103 languages. We show that a little bit on other demos, but that's but the answer is yes, 100%. It's possible to change it to a different language.
And another question from Patty from REA. What professional credentials do the recommenders possess? And I think the point here, of course, is that we're digital. So I don't know if you want to talk about how we source the information.
Yeah, so I think what's exciting here about the insights is that many of them are based on other partners' experience. Basically, what we've brought into the mobility industry and to any way we deliver here is something that is not available anywhere online. How did someone else who was exactly in my shoes handle it before, and what did they do? So they can see based on other partners of employees working for Stark Industries, what did they find out? What was important for them? And the value here for the company is that the knowledge stays with the employer. So this is a channel for corporates to communicate also directly with the partner, which is going to be especially important on this post-COVID period where there's going to be a lot more anxiety. So there is an opportunity to control the communication because each corporate can define what is the content they want to have, what is the experience, we can tailor it. What we are seeing here is our standard out of the box, but it is with every client that we hold is implemented based on what the client want to achieve. We can add content, we can remove, and all of that is a very, very fast and easy implementation that is done in a few clicks rather than in a few months.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Nitzan, a lot of the information is coming from what we call social insights, from effectively, I know the question was about professional recommenders, but we source the information, if you like, from the crowd. And the best analogy, and it's the one we always use, is Amazon, is that if you buy something on Amazon, probably the first thing you look at are the user reviews, what other people going through the same experience, in that case, buying a product, think about the particular product. And that's what we've been doing so that assignees will learn from other assignees from previous generations of assignees in the same company, in the same location. So it's the wisdom of the crowd is our, if you like, is our professional recommender.
Correct. And that comes alongside, of course, our internal, what we call global research team. We have a fantastic research team that's been working now for months and months and months to deliver this experience and to deliver this content. And we do have the professional research that is done to support that and then being updated at least once a year.
Absolutely. Okay, so should we move on with the demo?
All right, so let's move to the next session. So we looked about work. Some people will choose to study or work and study. And for example, I can decide on a study path, right? So what actually my options are in the Netherlands, I can go and explore either professional studies or academic studies. And the platform is all about interaction, right? So which topic would you, and personalization, I want to chart. And let's say I want to go and explore more academic studies. I go and I'm going to see only this content now, right? And that the platform is now creating a bespoke experience for me based on my personal needs, right? So I can learn about academic studies, what are the requirements for studying, what can academics tell me, help me achieve, etc., and making sure that the decision is the right decision for me. Should I go full-time or part-time? What are the pros and cons? What did other people do? What did they think about that? Was it a good decision or not, etc.? Next, I can go and choose where to study. So I can find my perfect place for education. I can go and explore scholarships that are available in the Netherlands. Can I study in English? Or do I need to learn Dutch? What are the trade-offs? What can I study if I only speak English? And what can I study if I'm going to speak, if I'm a Dutch speaker? We have a different section, and we'll get to that later. How do I learn to speak Dutch, which is important. And a comment from my parents, they keep telling me that, because I was speaking fluently Dutch when I lived in Amsterdam, and they kept saying me, oh, you need to practice it, you need to practice this, otherwise you forget it. They were right, I forgot it all. So I don't speak now at all Dutch, but these are the examples of lessons to learn from other people's experiences. Other areas that we have here, so we can see what are the academic standards, right? So in the Netherlands, how do they compare to those in the US or in the UK, or the different, what are the study requirements here? What do people expect to have? pre-university, post-university, what's a VDW, what's a typical grade, what's the minimum pass. So all this information that is available to me when I want it, and I can start and learn what are the grading equivalents, etc., and make sure that I can make informed decisions. And you can see the content is never longer than a tweet. It's built for the generation that like to swipe, that like to learn quickly on things that are relevant, and then they get here and they can get us feedback, and based on that feedback we go and further promote the platform, right? So on every mini course like that, the employee can go and share their experience and tell us what can we do to make it better, how can we improve it. So the platform is live, is interactive, is changing all the time. Other areas under study is funding options, how to learn if I don't want to go to a classroom, and how to apply for studying. Let's move to the next section.
Well, actually, before we do, we've got a few comments coming in that I just sort of ask you at this stage, if I may, Nitzan. I mean, from Steve Burson, does Benivo allow people to use these services at any time during their assignment?
Yes. 100% yes. This is not limited on time. Again, the value of this, of being a digital platform, is that they have access to it even before their move. Sometimes we have employees who are registering 3 or 6 months ahead of their move to the platform. They can immediately invite their partner that will have access to the platform for the period that they live in the country.
Okay, and I think another question that's coming through, we've talked about the crowdsourced information, but also we're getting it from tech sources as well, aren't we, Nitzan? And a couple of questions that have come through with this. One question here. So the info entered on the Start Industries site for Amsterdam would or would not be shared with other companies' sites in the city?
Yeah.
So if one corporate is using it and another corporate is using it, how is the information being collated? So if you could answer that one.
Yeah. So first, we take very good care of the data we collect. We treat data very, very seriously. We are ISO 27001 certified, and we follow GDPR compliance there. Then that being said, the information can be shared with similar profile companies, unless the company opt out from that. And that means that if not enough people from my company have moved into that destination, I can learn from the experience of other partners. Moreover, I said there are 3 areas we cover. Area number 3, it's about connecting to other partners. So I'll show later how partners can connect to other partners in Amsterdam or other partners who are part of the Stark Industries or the corporate family. So there is an opportunity.
I'm glad you're going to cover that, because that actually was a question we had. Will partners be able to connect with partners of other employees through this platform? And the answer is absolutely yes, and we'll show you that in a moment.
Yeah, good. So let's have a look at starting a business, an area that is especially close to my heart and to our heart here in Benivo. And what we've put here is some of the best tools that we could come up with, how to identifying a winning idea, how to build a team, how to select the people for the journey, how to write a business plan, and what percentage of people do actually write a business plan. Do I need to do it or not? How do I win customers? How to get customers? How to set up a company in each country. The content is specific from professional research that we've done to source that information. Financing opportunity, how do I finance my business, as well as access for resources, some of my personal favorite books, but also other inspiring books in entrepreneurship. And perhaps the area that I personally like or proud of most here is that we actually share the secret source of Benivo. How do we identify good ideas? How do we make our business move so quickly and share our strategy, which is called, right, in a couple of clicks. Good. The Benivo model, which is called sell, solve, scale, the 3 S's. And that's a model that we've developed in Benivo. And that's not, I like to say that that's not our strategy. That's how we do work day in and day out. Everyone in Benivo knows this in and out because that's how we work. We always start from selling, which is talking to our customers, understanding their needs, and coming to them with a solution to see that they get their buy-in, that they are actually willing to engage with that, whether it's their time or money. It's not important on the sell bit, but it's important that they give us something in return. Then that we know that there is a problem that we need to solve, only then we find out how to solve it. And often when we solve it manually. That's how we can move so fast. That's how can we deliver solutions. And finally, only after we know that there is a problem identified with a customer, that the customer is willing to pay either money or time for that, and that we know how to solve it manually, only then we go into scaling that. And often scaling is going to be through technology, processes, different tools, different ways, but we only invest 80% of our resources go into scaling, but we only do it on the winning ideas. And that approach allows us to iterate extremely fast and run many ideas at the same time. And that's why, we are very proud now to share it with every partner who will be on the Benivo platform, so they can go and they implement that as well as with the rest of resources when they start their business.
Okay, so are we moving on to the next area then? Are we?
Yes. Let's have a look about raising the family. The platform automatically knows if the employee has a family already or not, but we still give those who might be planning also a family the option to choose if they want this experience, this content or not. And here there are a number of areas where they can explore how to create routine and structure, how to develop a unique family culture with some fun traditions that they can create for their families, and really creative ideas. And what's fun about it is that every partner can go here, exactly as we see here, and share their own tips. So here we see Rowan sharing that my family and I enjoy having a dance party on Friday evening. Not only it's a great way to get us all moving, it's the best way to get the weekend started. And just those fun ideas can be shared by the community and create that critical feeling of welcome, that I'm part of something bigger, that I have other people that I can engage with, that I can learn from their experience, and that I'm not alone in this. So all of that is on the platform, and it's evolving, right? So every time someone is using it, they share more insight and the platform becomes better. Other areas that we cover here are how to boost your child's self-esteem, how to raise your children to be kind people. We all want to be able to do that. How to spend quality time together, definitely something for everyone always to improve on, and encouraging hobbies and interests.
Okay, a couple of questions that have come in. The first question from Jacqueline Van Haften: how does the platform know that a partner has kids? Does the corporate client add that information to the system?
Yes, we know that either from there or from the employee onboarding. One thing that is critical for us when we design a user experience is never to ask for information that we should have had. We also never ask for the same question twice, obviously, but we strive to ask as little number of questions and to use data that already exists. Employees who are relocating, we hear that all the time. They are frustrated because they need to provide the same information over and over again. Some people gave us an example that they have to give the date of birth of their children 12 times as part of the relocation. What we've come on the mission is what we call automatically complete any form, automatically use that information. So the information is either going to be available from the corporate. If the corporate did not provide that, we will know that. We might know that from the before even that, from the HRIS system, the HR system of the organization. or the employee will share that, as well as if none of them answer that question, then the partner can provide that information and decide. But even if they don't have children, they might opt in for this content because maybe they have other plans in terms of raising the family.
And thank you for that, Nitz. And another question that's been raised from the audience is regarding the little blue chat sign in the bottom right hand corner. And the question is, does this mean there are people behind it who can give, if you like, I can't remember exactly what the question said, but real life insights. And as I understand it, correct if I'm wrong here, this is going to be a chat bot to help people on how to use the platform as opposed to giving technical advice.
Yeah, that's actually not a chat bot, it's a chat tool. So I can actually engage, I can request a callback from the Benivo team, or I can find some questions to answer, or I can start chatting with the team. Hi, we are doing a live LinkedIn. And I can actually engage with one of the Benivo team members that will help me navigate the platform. So these are not coaches for spouse support. That is something that we might have covered through one of the existing players in the industry. We are not looking and this is live, we are not looking to add these services. We are not going to become coaches. We are not going to start providing one-to-one support. We are inviting the other players in the industry to do that and to be able to sell their services here. And I'll show in a minute how we do that. As we say hi to Nadisha. So Nadisha is not a chatbot, he's a real person, actually a very, very nice person that works for Benivo.
So, and I think this point, and I want to emphasize, I know you've mentioned it, I'll emphasize it again, which is we are very keen to reach out to those people. I know there's many of you on the call today who are expert providers of partner and spousal support services, because we see this being a way of expanding the market. We can bring you into directories of services, or you can offer your services through this platform, so that where people want more than, this is, if you like, a base level of digital support. There will be clearly people who want a higher level of support, or whether the company wants to offer a higher level of support. And if we're right and say, maybe only 10% get the full support at the moment, there's 90% who would like that digital support. And then maybe between us, we can expand the market and create a win-win for our entire industry on this.
100%, thanks. And that's the area where we call the Benivo Directories. The Benivo Directories are areas where employees or their partners can find service providers and engage with them directly. It can be for a home search, for a school search, for a coaching session. And what's important to do, we don't have a network of vendors. This is not our vetted vendors. The employees can choose from anyone, from the company's existing vendor, or if the company is not offering them any vendor, they can engage with them directly. And the way these directories work, you can see now that the employee can search and see star ratings and reviews based on other people's experience, and I can drill down into one of them and find more information. So, and again, important here is that we invite every service provider in the industry to just come and join those directories. You simply need to fill this form here. And once you're going to fill that form, we'll be able to add them to the platform. And to make it 100% clear, we are not charging any kickbacks, any referrals, anything. We are not looking to make money out of that. We really want to add value to the employees and to their partners. So if they they'll find the service relevant and the price attractive, they'll choose to engage. So if there's someone in the Benivo team that is now on the LinkedIn session, I would appreciate if they share this URL, benivo.com/vendors in the chat, so others can go and grab and list their details here and be added to the Benivo directories and have access to a population that would never otherwise have otherwise have access to. These are the employees who are not getting the partner support at the moment, and they will not get it in the future. But now you can sell services to them directly through the Benivo directories.
And our aim here is to be completely independent. So as Nitzan said, we don't take commissions or anything like that, but equally, we want to be open to any provider in this industry, certainly any quality provider in this industry, to put information in there. So we will be as service provider neutral as we can. And the fact that there will be user reviews in there as well means that hopefully the best will do the best. But we are going to be completely independent and neutral. And a question came in saying, so this is free, how are you, I think it was, how are you making your money, or how's the service? And the point I would say to that is that yes, this is free, but this is free to companies that are Benivo clients who are using our main product. So it's a free add-on to our main product. So if somebody came to us, obviously we couldn't just offer this to everybody for free. This is free to Benivo clients.
Yeah, and it's not possible to buy the partner platform as a standalone. It's not that a client can come and say, okay, we only want the partner platform. No, we are not selling that. We are not pricing it. There is what we call the Benivo license. You can find out more about that on the benivo.com website. Part of that is our digital destination, our money delivery solution, and what they get as a free add-on to that is also the partner support. Now,
can you just a bit about who our clients generally are, so that people, because I appreciate some people maybe don't know us that well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that we act for over 60 major corporations at the moment, and I don't know whether we can sort of, I don't want to sort of release names without your say so, but if you go on our website, you'll see many of the names, and there's many more. We can't release just directly over LinkedIn all the names of the clients, but we're talking about major corporations are our clients, and many thousands of moves each year. So I think in terms of the possibility of expanding the market for everybody, I think there is a huge opportunity. Clearly this grows the market for us because it makes our Benivo product look better, but it grows the market for everybody else too, because there are lots of services out there that we've got no intention of offering, which you guys do, and which can be offered through this platform and through our directories.
Let's cover a few more areas on the platform. So we've looked into the life goals. We didn't jump into nurture yourself. Happy to get into a private demo with anyone who would like to explore that more. And other areas that are popular on the platform are the actions, and this is related to country settling in. So I can find out how do I, for example, how do I open a bank account, and what are the steps that I need to, what are the documents that I need to provide in order to open a bank account in the Netherlands. And then I can see some of the digital banks that only require a passport, like N26 and Mones and other, and Revolut, as well as I can see which banks are popular with my colleagues, their star rating, their reviews, etc. And then I can go and learn more about those banks here. Other areas is how to set up a mobile plan, registers to country registration, social security, really everything I need to do. And I can add my own actions here. I can get notifications, reminders by email, by a text message, and I can look into finding my airport transportation. And we are going to appreciate if anyone who is looking here and has ideas about which other things we could include here, that would be fantastic. A section we have is about shipping and moving and how to manage that, and how to prepare to that efficiently, as well as one idea that we have, and I would love to get some feedback, is the ability to assign actions between the employee to the partner. So we've been playing with that idea for a while. We kind of try to think what will that end up being. So how will people utilize that? So if you have other ideas that you think could be beneficial here, would love to hear them. Now, they can share the feedback about the platform, about the experience. They can connect to other partners that have moved before. And there is a whole session about digital destination support. So housing and area orientation. So I can see here, for example, in Amsterdam, what are the average prices per type of accommodation? How much are my colleagues actually spending? And again, how much that do families like us? And we can see that most of them actually took small apartments and how much they pay for that. We can see how people commute to work and how long it takes them to commute, which size of properties do they use, and even which neighborhoods are popular with my colleagues. So other Stark employees in Amsterdam, where do they actually live? And next, I can go and explore it on a map. And I can see anywhere in the world, that's not only available in Amsterdam, but anywhere in the world, where is it going to be my partner's work location? What are key other areas in the area? What are the prices? What's the commute time for every neighborhood, as well as those that are popular with my colleague? I can't see here my house where I grew up next to Amstel Park, but maybe on another time I'll look for that. Let's have other areas that they have here is how to search for housing. So, for example, when should I start my search? And I can see how long it took other families who moved to Amsterdam with Stark Industries to find a place. I can see which websites are most popular and what are the top home hunting tools and strategies to do that. There is content how to avoid scams and frauds and how to negotiate my contract and what should I expect, what other people like me manage to negotiate, what percentage of people do that, what other things they negotiate, and even compare my contract to a standard contract in the Netherlands and learn about the local renting laws, etc. Same concepts are available on culture, on things to do. I can find out about restaurants that are popular with Stark Industries employees, read the recommendation, really feel part of the experience even before day one.
So again, Nitzan, if I come in, a comment that came in here from Merrily, and I think this is evidence of it actually. Spouses like to provide feedback and ideas to help others on a location. Do you have an ideal resource box so you can add good content information from the on-ground spouses or assignees?
Yes, 100%. The entire experience is built around that. Everywhere on the platform, they can share their own tips, their own recommendation, and that automatically updates the platform. And we even gamify that. So I can go into the insight section and I can share insights here about different topics. So for example, about life in Amsterdam and what helps me plan my commute, and I can see how others have done it, how many people in my household, how safe is my neighborhood, and based on the answers I give here, I can see what my colleagues have answered, and what happens is that this automatically updates the relevant areas on the platform. And I gain points. So every time I share insight, I gain points. And once I gain enough points, I can actually make a donation. So every spouse, every partner, as well as the employee can choose a donation, a cause, that is close to their heart, that can be in their home country or in the destination country. And Benivo will make a donation on their behalf to that cause, and then they can see together what all of them have done. So all of us, the spouse of Stark Industries employees, we've donated 5,000 trees and 300 laptop and that level of healthcare equipment, etc. Again, creating that unique feeling of belonging, of being part of something bigger together.
And another question that's come in, and this is from Naga, who I know is with Deloitte in San Jose. And Naga has said, do you host any general information on tax and immigration systems on your platform? And if I can answer that, Naga, the answer is we link in where the client wants us to with the client's tax provider or immigration provider. So, because obviously we don't want to provide advice that may conflict with the advice that they're getting directly from their own tax provider. So if the tax provider is EY or Deloitte or somebody, then we will provide a link to their platform if that's what the client wants. Always remember that the client here is the corporate who is the employer of the employee. And there's an employer platform, which we're not showing you today, which is our main platform, but this is the spousal platform, the partner platform that goes with it.
Yeah. And I think, just to wrap up here on this demo, and then we'll see if there are more questions or suggestions. Just want to highlight that this is what we call a MVP, minimum viable product, the first version of what we've created. The team has worked for that now for more than 3 months, and just want to say a huge thank you to the Benivo team. I know some of them are watching, but many are busy on making this work, as well as rolling it out to clients and working already on what is going to be the next upgrades for that. And it's so exciting to be able to offer so much support to so many more people that really did not benefit from that support before, and we feel that, and we see that in the feedback that people give us, the employees are sharing with us, and hopefully now we'll start to see that also from their partners, how much these supports mattered for them, allow them to take the next step in their career, and really to fulfill on our mission to make every employee welcome and every partner welcome. And so that's just an opportunity to say thank you guys for all this unbelievable hard work.
Okay, and indeed, I'll share that. And just as we finish up, we've got a couple of minutes left. I'll just bring in a couple of other comments that have come in. And here's one from Jackie Rowan. Can people with lump sum moves or privately funding their relo pay for access?
Yeah, so lump sum is one of the typical use cases we see that companies choose to use Benivo in order to handle their lump sum population. We are doing thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of lump sums, and the reason they choose Benivo is that we can do the money delivery, and for the cost of doing the money delivery, that is, we will beat any alternative through our automation. We are also delivering the entire destination support. So the employees get the entire platform and the extension of the platform for their partners. So a lot of lump sum population are using that, and that's a fantastic solution for lump sum. And really, we're going to have a separate session about that. But what we've seen in lump sum is a solution to this challenging trade-off that each company has, right? Each mobility person has. If I give only services, people want money. If I give money, people say, you only gave me a check and no support. Here, they get the money and they get the advice how to use that and the full support through the platform, and all of that for the same cost of just giving them the money.
But to answer your question, Jackie, I mean, it was in 2 parts. Can people with lump sum moves or privately funding their relo pay for access? The answer is because we're not a business to consumer portal. We're purely business to business. There always has to be a corporate behind it. So if it's a lump sum program that we're handling and the employee is on the lump sum program, then absolutely they can use their lump sum to if they're on the platform, they will get this Benivo product for free. If there's someone who's just a self-initiated move who wants to do it privately, then no, because we're not in the business consumer market. We're purely business to business. Other comments that have come in, although this says LinkedIn user, I know from LinkedIn it's actually Janet Bentley, who said, a much needed and well-developed resource for families, Nitsan, well done, which is a very nice comment. We appreciate that. And from Antonio Lamb, Brian, can you confirm there is a potential API to link your system with our own internal platform? And Antonio, I think you're with an immigration firm from memory. And yes, absolutely. We do APIs all day, every day with that's not an issue. We can link in with everybody. Another comment that's come in, an interesting thought from Naga Produttori. Some employees and partners may also be interested in finding local faith and or similar cultural-based connections. For e.g., an Indian family may like to find and connect with other Indian families in the area. Something to think about.
Yes, and an area that we develop, I didn't get the chance to show it today, about the local culture and how to better connect to that and how to connect to others. So yes, fantastic feedback, and definitely an area that we're going to continue to invest on and show in the future Benivo Bites sessions.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I think that's probably the end of our demo. We try and keep these things to 60 minutes, and we're pretty much at 60 minutes. Just to say that this is the second in our series. I said, and the last week or so, every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, one is on the website if you want to see it, and that was creating an Amazon style experience for mobility, and that was about the, if you like, the normal platform, the assignee platform, the transferee platform. Today's one has been about the partners, and we hope you've enjoyed that. And then next 2 weeks' time, we'll be back. So Thursday, 2 weeks' time, and we'll be talking about fintech solutions for the mobility industry. So hopefully you're seeing a lot of really innovative ideas out there. And certainly everybody who would like to partner with us, please do reach out to us. Either reach us through LinkedIn or to email. It's nitsan@benivo.com, or I'm brian.friedman@benivo.com. Email us and we'll be happy to reach out to you. So thank you, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I'm back next week with the view from the top. And then in 2 weeks' time, we've got the next edition of Benivo Bites. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Nitsan, for the demo.
Thanks. Bye-bye.